Discord. If you have anyone you wanted to let know, you can, or if this is quiet for now, it's fine. There we go.
Like my side of goes.
Okay, there we go. That's posted.
There it is. Yep, there it goes.
Okay, so I have it set up so that if anybody asks a question that seems really important or relevant or good, my mods are gonna pass it on to me. I have, yes, that'll be good. Hello, internet. I'm gonna drink some water first thing because I'm sweating.
Agua. Oh, there's wind.
Let's see.
Hydrate. Good for you.
Yes, hydrate. I'm gonna actually up your volume on my side and drop it down a little here.
Well, just been seeing it there.
I just want to make sure you're super audible in the stream. We should hopefully be about the same level.
Should we?
We should.
My
My mods will probably tell me if it... Spork, you have overlay on the main screen. Oh, I see it. Whoops.
Oh.
I have some tech leaking out into the stream. Whoopsie whoops. It's fine.
Oh,
it's fine.
Whoopsie.
Boy.
Just scoot it over.
It's scooted. We're good. It's good. Ah! All right. Oh my gosh. Well. Hi, Camo. Hello.
Spork.
So this is probably like, I don't know. I think this might be in a lot of ways the most serious thing I've kind of ever done. Because you're going through something that's like so serious, and I don't even know how to really process all of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
It took me a while to process it when I first got the news.
You didn't find out all that long ago, though, did you? It was
found out it was from like now probably like 4 weeks and
so you've known
6
for
days ago. I've been keeping count.
You've known for about a month. Yeah. So for the viewers of this video, do you wanna kind of just start off by saying what it is that's happening to you and what happened? Because my brain might be dumb, but am I correct in that you got, as a pedestrian, hit by a car twice?
No, I didn't get hit twice. It was a one hit.
Only once.
Hit.
Okay.
That gave me the injury. Yeah.
Yeah. I could have. Maybe I talked to somebody else who'd also gotten hit by a car as a pedestrian like months before.
Probably.
But that's what happened, though, right? You were just walking down the street, minding your own business.
Yep. Going home from work and in the car.
Jeez.
Yeah. The car that did hit me, they didn't stop. They kept driving.
Jeez.
They kept on.
And I remember, did they get found though? I remember you were talking about how, like, there was a search for them and stuff.
I found them.
Oh.
I found them, and let's just say the car is in need of some mechanic work now after I gotten my hands on the car.
Oh, I see. Oh, oh yes. Oh gosh. That's fair. That's acceptable for sure. I don't necessarily condone an eye for an eye type of behavior, but you know, sometimes therapy arrives in strange ways, I guess, or something.
Indeed, it does.
Oh gosh. So when you first got in this accident, was it like did you go to the hospital for a long time? What kind of recovery did you have from the initial damage? What actually happened to you? If that's okay to ask.
Surprisingly, when I first got hit, what I had was a shock pain, which is basically when, let's say for example, well, for my example, when you get hit, your body goes into shock and it's not fully processing like the damages or any of the pain. So when I got hit, I got up and I just continued walking home.
Oh gosh.
I mean, so I just I walked home because I didn't feel hurt
Right.
at that point in time. But then when I go to bed, I wake up, pain
Yeah.
everywhere, started hurting. We called my dad called me an ambulance. We went up to the hospital, did CAT scans and X-rays. Let's see, my spleen, it was cracked. I had a cracked spleen. I had two broken ribs. I had one of the ribs were impaled into my right lung, and the other rib was didn't really stab, but it was poking my left.
Oh. Yeah.
Yeah. So we did after like the caskets and everything else, it told me you got it. Of course, surgery was in need, and they couldn't do it for some. I don't know. At that time, they couldn't really do it in their hospital, so they told me to go Upper County to do it. Yeah.
Yeah.
And I did. And while I was in surgery, of course, they knock you out
Right.
before
Yeah.
they open you
Usually.
up, and
Let's hope, right?
Yeah.
Gosh.
yeah, they did. They opened me up. They took out the two broken ribs. They took out the lung.
They completely took out your
patched
right
up
lung?
Yeah.
Okay.
So I don't have a right lung at all. They patched up my spleen. They sewed it back up, and and that's what I thought was just it at the time when I woke up. But apparently, doctor comes in, says, "I'm glad you're awake." I said, "Okay," and for some reason he looked like a little bit surprised, a little bit shocked, and now with him I said, "You okay? You looked as if you seen a ghost." And he sits down on the hospital bed, like at my feet, and he tells me, "Sir, you've died 5 times
Oh my God.
on that surgery table."
Oh my goodness. What?
So I was like, "What? So you mean to tell me I was doing the tango with death,
Wow.
and I won?"
You did. You won. Gosh. Oh.
So, of course, kept me in the hospital for a while until I was able to move on my own freely and everything else. Got back home, well rested and everything else.
Mm-hmm.
And this was like 3-4 months before I got that shocking news.
Right. So but I mean, you say that, but you just got that shocking news like a month ago. So we're talking only like this happened 6 months ago.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. I'm just trying to get it all in my head right, and so everyone kind of gets it. So for the last 5 months, you thought things were fine and like you were healing and life just kind of went on as normal?
Yeah. But then, of course, shocking news, we got fire police left. That kind of hit me. I was like, I understood that this year hasn't been my year at all, because this year has just been an absolute downhill. I lost a lot. So that's been when I first heard. I took like 2 days to process what was going on, and from there, I started letting my friends and family and friends I consider as family know what's going on.
Yeah. So what's happening now? Right. So the kind of the chronological order of it is Camo gets hit by a car. Camo thinks they are fine for a day. Camo goes to hospital and dies 5 times in surgery. Camo leaves hospital feeling mostly okay and on their way to recovery, but with only 1 lung. And then now a month ago, Camo goes to a checkup kind of thing, and they discover what exactly is happening to your other lung. Did that rib, you said there was a rib that was almost puncturing it. Had it actually done damage and they didn't realize? Or do you know what's happening to your other lung?
Oh, it's just from what the doctor told me, they said that my lung is collapsing, and they don't know what's causing it to collapse.
Oh my gosh, you don't even know why. Oh my, that's frustrating. There's, okay, so there's only really one option as far as the doctors know, which is to get a transplant. That's
right.
Yeah. And so you've been on like a transplant list since they found out that you would need one. And has there been any news at all? Do they keep you updated or?
Well, ever since I first heard about it, like once a week, like every Thursday, I go out there and have my checkup, and if I don't receive a call about a new pair of lungs, when I go to get a checkup, they keep me updated about it. And as far as I know, when they do end up finding me a pair, they said that I'm gonna be top of the list.
Oh, really?
I'm gonna be the first one. Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah. So the way that people normally get access to lungs, I should have done a little research to this kind of stuff, and to like any organs, is through organ donations, and like from people, like on your driver's license, you can actually say, I want to be an organ donor. And there's just not very many people who actually check off that box.
Yeah.
Now that you are like in desperate like need, basically, of some organs, I need organs.
Right.
How do you feel about the way that your organ donor stuff, this opt-in organ donor stuff, like, do you have any thoughts or feelings about how it's done? Or
I mean, from what I don't certainly have a feeling about it. It's I feel neutral about it, I just focus on, hopefully, they find that pair of lungs for me, and they get it done.
Yeah.
I don't worry about how, want one. It's it happened.
Is it something that someone can offer? Like, can they donate a lung? Is that something? I know, because some people could do that with kidneys or bone marrow, but I feel like a lung. I don't know if there's like options like that.
I something tells me that there is the option to donate a lung. So I think that's possible.
That sounds pretty extreme as far as like a thing to donate to somebody else, right? Because I'm sure like your whole body is used to having 2 lungs, and having one is probably not ideal either. I think for getting a transplant, you would prefer having a full set also, right? So there's yeah.
Well, or in my case, this 1 or 2 lungs, as long as I'm able to continue living, of course.
Yeah. Continuing to live would definitely be the goal. That's definitely like a really crazy situation that you're in, Camo.
It is.
So, kind of like, I don't want to get super dark, but there's so many places where we can really delve into how dark and tough this spot is for you.
Right.
I don't know like what kind of questions I should ask you to kind of encourage you to share your thoughts and feelings, but like if this recording was like some sort of like biography almost of you, what sort of things would you want the world to know about you? What parts of you would you be the most sad to see not existing anymore? If that makes sense.
My kindness.
Your kindness.
I would hate to see my kindness just suddenly disappear.
I have always thought of you as really kind. Yeah, since we first met. The world needs more kind people.
And I'm the type of person that I'll put others first, instead of myself.
I'm having feelings.
Yeah.
Oh. It's okay. Oh. Oh man. Thanks you.
You're welcome.
You mentioned in all of this like that your dad called you an ambulance. What sort of family connections do you have? Who's in your life? What is your story, I guess?
As far as like connections go, my main connections are my dad, my uncle, and then I got a friend, IRL, who I consider as a sibling.
Mm-hmm.
And our bond is it's strong. Like the third day that we hung out, we were already considering each other siblings.
Just instant connection. Oh, that's wonderful.
Yes. And it's rare to find somebody that's not blood connected to have that same amount of energy that you can share with.
Mm-hmm.
Being able to bond and just being yourself, really.
Yeah, that doesn't happen often. That's really lovely. So, and you said your father and your uncle. Um, so do you live at home? Do you have your own apartment?
Uh, as far as my current situation, so we moved in. Me and my dad, we moved in with our uncle. My dad has his own medical condition.
Oh gosh.
So his condition is that he's missing like the entire right side of his brain. It's not there. It's gone. But despite that medical condition, he says almost as healthy as an ox.
Is that something that he's had almost his whole life, or did something happen? Because that's usually, if somebody's still functional, it's early when that happens.
It's something that happened in life. I believe the time that he had his major accident, I was probably 2 or 3.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh. How is he handling your situation?
He's not really handling it as too well, because he has lost his son before.
Oh gosh.
So he's not really taking it as hardly as it should be, because me myself, despite I know the situation that I'm in, but what I do is I'll forget that I'm in this situation and continue living as if nothing's wrong.
I mean, trying to
stay calm.
If it's a situation that you can't change, that's honestly a really good way to deal with it, because sometimes there's stuff in life that you don't have control over, and if you just fixate on that, all you're doing is taking the time that you do have and kind of ruining it. So I think that's really good that you're able to do that. That's really good.
Just be able to do that and enjoy the little things that I can.
You said that you're still going to work?
Yes I am.
What are you gonna like? You've got money and a paycheck coming in that you don't even know if you'll be able to spend in a way. That's such a strange. What the heck? My brain doesn't know how to process that.
Because, Spork, that's how confident I am that I'm gonna make it.
I like your confidence. I am so glad that you are looking at this and going, there's a chance and I'm gonna make it. I mean, you apparently during that first surgery and stuff, if you died 5 times and you woke up super early anyhow, that's amazing. The resilience is there.
Yeah.
Oh gosh. Yeah, so I'm just trying to collect my thoughts because they're scattered all over the place. Is there anything that you feel like you want to talk about or share about yourself or anything like that? 'Cause this video is legitimately for you. It's whatever you want to share. I can send this to whoever you want afterwards. I can whatever. This is I just understand that for humans in general, it's really important to feel seen.
Yeah.
And when you're in this sort of situation, I was like, this is the best thing I can think of doing. I hope it's okay. But so
It's perfect.
so
It is.
are there things that, I don't know, like things that you've learned in life that you want to share, some favorite stories from your childhood, some like you ever slide down a can a kid slide and get a wedgie? Like, I don't know.
uh, when when I was a toddler, I was quote unquote known as a demon child.
No.
So as and you know when I was a toddler, I was a mean person. I was cold when I was a toddler. Apparently,
Oh no.
It's bad. But when I grew up, I had an older brother, and then the other brother was that I didn't know. Like, I didn't really knew about the other brother because he passed away.
Oh, right.
So my older brother, um, as far as like present connections between me and my older brother, we don't have like any connections because of something that happened in the past. But
That happens sometimes.
yeah.
Yeah.
But so when I was a toddler, my older brother, he would annoy me and pick on me. Yeah, he would attempt to be Mr. Big Bad Wolf.
I see. Yeah, yeah.
And you know, my dad, he told me this story. He said, one time, you were 2. Brother was picking on you and annoying you so badly, you grabbed a hammer and you were about to hit him with it.
Oh no! Oh boy.
My dad stopped me the first time. Didn't stop me the second time.
Oh my gosh. Oh, yep. That small children behavior that checks out. Oh my goodness. Oh.
Surprisingly, from toddler me hitting him with a hammer, did he learn? He did not. He did not learn.
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
And with it being demon 2-year-old me, I've done with him something, you know, annoying and a bully, of course.
Mm-hmm.
I continue to find ways to make him kind of stop. I've done. I've apparently one time I don't know where, but 2-year-old me found handcuffs, actual
What?
handcuffs.
Okay.
And-
Yep.
And I handcuffed him to a bedroom door, his bedroom door,
Oh.
and I left him there.
How old was
Left
he
him there.
in comparison to you? What age difference is there?
I think when I was 2, he was 6 or 7.
Yeah, 2-year-old. A psycho 2-year-old could overpower a 6-year-old, I think. I believe that. I think that could happen.
I mean, and nah, I'm a skinny child. My brother, chubby.
Mm.
There's a big weight difference.
Oh, yeah.
But did that matter? Nope, did not matter. Didn't make a difference.
Oh my gosh. Sounds like those aren't necessarily even your own memories. Those are just stories you've heard about you being a nightmare.
Yes.
Oh my goodness.
Then, oh my god. My dad told me it's not the one. So apparently, my dad and my mom, like, they got in their paychecks. They're counting bills.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, you know, whenever they get paid, I get a dollar.
Ooh, nice. Yeah.
And as their account changes, I apparently walked in. I saw a 1 and 2 zeros.
Oh no!
I grabbed it. I hit it. To this day, that $100 bill never was found.
Oh my gosh. There's a hidden $100 bill somewhere.
Somewhere in Colorado in a house. Somewhere.
Oh my goodness.
Because even when we moved out, no idea what the $100 bill went.
Oh my goodness.
It's see that see, and the fact that like that's a story. And you know when I gotten older, but I asked you what I did with that $100 bill. I said, I don't know. I don't remember anything from my top years.
Yeah.
So it's like
I don't either.
no. No.
Oops, so bad.
As far as like traveling goes, I've lived in Colorado, Iowa, North Carolina, South Carolina, and Georgia.
Oh, sorry. Okay. North
So
Carolina,
we
South
never really did.
East Coast.
I was born in Colorado, and I somehow I still remember the exact order that we moved when that's no somewhere in Colorado, Iowa. Then we moved back to Denver, Colorado, North Carolina, South Carolina, Georgia, and then currently I'm back up in South Carolina. My childhood, you know, I could never really socialize with other kids because every like 2 to 3 years we're moving.
Yeah. Was that because of a parent's job or just various life things kept happening?
As far as I know, it was not really because of a job, but possibly like family things, if I had to guess.
Yeah, no, that's legit. That's fair.
As far as like connections with my wife goes, that connection lost connections.
Yeah.
And I'm not really sad. I ain't sad about it. Because the story behind that is that when my dad had his accident, he had an accident when I was 2.
Right.
So at the age of 5, for some reason, I don't even know I don't know why. Even to this day, I don't know why, and I don't want to know why.
Mm.
But my mom went her separate ways,
I see.
and she took my older brother with her, and she went her separate way. Me and Dad, we went our separate way.
Yeah. Oh. That must have been really hard to understand at 5.
Yeah. And as far as my older brother's situation, the last thing I've heard is that my mom lost custody of him, so now he's adopted in another family.
Oh. Sounds like your mother made
Yeah.
some bad decisions.
I mean,
It happens. People...
I mean, as we speak, she's making a bad decision as we speak, because I think when I lived in North Carolina, my mom made an attempt to come back into my life, and you know, I deserved it's like chance, so I gave her a second chance, and every now and then we talk, try to reconnect, and at that time she has already started a new family already. For me, that didn't really phase me, because you know, she left. That's her option. So, I mean, of course, when she left, me and Dad, I guess I take care of my dad and make sure he's doing right and everything else. And this year, I say like towards the beginning of the year, I find out from a step sibling of mine that she's been cheating on her husband with some rich guy.
Oh no.
Which to me, like, that didn't face me, because I was like, it's just whatever she wants to do, and you know, if she fucks up there, then I can't really do anything about it. I'm not there.
Right.
So what much I can do.
Yeah. She's her own person, making her own mistakes.
Yes. Now, as far as the rich guy goes, somehow guy gets hold of my number.
Oh.
And when he did, daily death threats once per day from that guy.
What?
Yeah.
Okay. Wow.
I eventually, I called the guy. Of course, me and him, you know, we're arguing over the phone. Hung up on him. I didn't want to hear from him again or anything else.
Yeah.
Now, here comes the reason why I don't have any sort of connection with my mom. So basically, whatever that rich guy told my mom made my mom mad at me. So when she calls me, she's yelling at me and everything else. And at that moment, you know, I'm already angry from that rich guy.
Yeah, yeah.
And at that same moment, that second chance of her being my mom, fully regaining that connection was lost.
Yeah.
She threw that down the drain completely.
Yeah. It.
And
Yeah.
I when I hung up, you know how usually, the kids tell their parents, either by mom, by dad, I didn't. When I hung up, I didn't call her mom. I called her by her maiden name.
Mm.
I was that angry at her.
That's fair. I think. Jeez.
I told her straightforward. Don't call me. Don't text me. I am no longer your son. You just lost me.
Yeah.
That's it.
That's completely. I mean, I don't think there's many greater betrayals a parent can do than to not have their child's back, to pick someone else's side over their kids. That is,
Yeah.
I've witnessed that actually. So I feel, I feel very strongly about that, and I understand that severing that tie in a lot of ways.
Wait. I hear my name. I'll be right back for a second. I hear my name being called.
Yeah. I've got some questions from the chat I'm gonna check out. We can talk about those when you get back if you want. Hello, internet. Hi, everybody. Camo's got to step away for a second. I have no idea what I'm doing, but I'm really glad that you want to be here and help just sort of, I don't know, feels sort of like a little bit of a Mad Max witness me kind of moment in a weird way, but at the same time it's not. It's beautiful, actually, I think. So I think, while I can't see chat right now, you're all beautiful. Thank you for being here. Actually, I could probably take a cheeky peek at chat right now. Oh my goodness, hello! I see so many people! Hi, Grimbo, Kip Pop, Simic, Gladius! I know that Rose and Snowman are here helping with the stuff. Daniel, hello there. Aw, Unbramo, Beep, Bandarius, ahoy, Phase as well. I'll be when Camo gets back, I'll see if they want to answer the questions that have been given. So I know that there's a handful.
So,
welcome back.
got some questions.
Yeah, the chat was listening intently, and they have a few questions. I'm gonna see if I can ask them in an order that sort of fits in sort of a path. Because, like, you said you're still going to work, but you have only one lung, and it's collapsing. How, like, compared to you being healthy a year ago, how does this affect your ability to like how does the lung difficulties affect you?
Because it kind of it stops me from doing anything like any heavy lifting. Because usually when I work, my managers and coworkers have me help them pick up heavy things. I can't do that at work anymore because of my conditions.
Yeah, I wouldn't think about lungs and lifting so much. I was thinking more like running, breathing in general. But
yeah, but where I work, I'm usually working in the kitchen, and there's gonna be grease in the air, and just sometimes it can be very thick, and because of my condition, I can't work in the condition. I can't work in the kitchen, so they put me up front, and usually what I do, I take orders. I'm the cashier, or I'm bringing people their food.
Interesting. Yeah. No, that makes sense. That yeah, being in a hot kitchen is probably not so great. Also.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And then the other question is, how has this made you feel about when you get that lung transplant and you feel better? Does it left you with any like desire to do anything in particular? Like, do you have like a things you want to do? Has it sort of shifted your perspective on existence?
I mean, when if that does happen, I I haven't been able to drive because I've been able to work to get on a car. And if I do get a transplant, I get that chance to drive,
Oh,
to own a vehicle.
I'll have a car. Yeah.
And I I've been, and that's something that I've been really looking forward to in life. And with me trying to look, being confident, knowing that, confident to know that I'm gonna make it because I've done to survive that, survive this, you know.
Right.
And I've went to a few different dealerships. I've looked at a few cars, and I found one specific car. It's a 1996 Ford Thunderbird.
Ooh.
It has a 4.6 liter V8.
Uh-huh. Is that kind of your dream car at the moment?
Yes. And I did get to test drive it. I felt relief. Being able to drive, being behind that same wheel, I felt relief. I felt like as if every single piece of weight that I've been carrying has just blown off at ease.
Oh, I love that. You should go test drive it again. Get behind that wheel. Ooh, there's one other question from chat so far that seems appropriate, which is, do you have like a biggest regret of your life so far? And kind of what's the opposite of that? Like, what's the thing you're most proud of having done? Also, I feel I personally don't like talking about age in general, but can you give like a kind of a, are you like between 18 and 22? Are you like 22 to 30? Like,
I'm in between 18 and 22.
Yeah. So, yeah. So this is around the time to get your first car and all that stuff. It's like just normal life stuff that you're talking about.
Yeah.
But yeah, do you have like, I mean, that's a really deep question in a lot of ways, but like, do you have a biggest regret? And is there something you're really proud of?
I guess my biggest regret is that because I've had friends that have been through some rough times, I feel the regret of not being there for them when they needed me. And my proudest accomplishment is that I've managed to make it this far, and I've managed to complete so much and to hit goals that I thought I wasn't going to be able to hit.
Yeah? What, like, when you say hit goals, what kind of goals are you talking about? Like, if it's personal, it's fine.
When I was in it's fine. When I was in high school, I had a goal that I was gonna graduate with B or higher grade or with B's or A's. And when I graduated from high school, so that entire year I had nothing but A's and B's.
Oh, heck yeah.
And when I passed my freshman year of high school, my GPA was at a solid 3.0.
That's definitely good. Yeah.
And when I graduated from high school, my GPA was a solid 3.7.
Much better. That's heckin' awesome. Yeah. 3.0 acceptable. 3.7. Heck yeah. That's awesome. Oh, that is something to be proud of. Academic achievements count for sure.
And another goal is that being able to find a category of a job that I enjoy doing. And in school, we had like career classes like woodworking, car mechanics, stuff like that. I took auto body collision repair for a year and a half straight. I loved it.
Ooh.
And if I do end up surviving this, being able to working on cars is my dream job.
That's awesome. I know we have a handful. We have a handful of people in Space Cat Command that do that for a living, and they love it too. I can completely understand it too, because you're just messing with like all these like gears and systems and all this stuff, and cars in general are kind of cool, right? Like, I definitely get it, and like learning how everything works inside of that is really neat.
As far as like the engine, the engine, like the real stuff was really the heart and soul of the car. The engine, the wiring, all that. I don't know anything about that, but like bodywork and then the paint, making the car look beautiful is what.
Ooh, the
what
artistic side. That.
Yes.
Yeah, I understand. Yes. Oh man, I am not a huge car person, but there is something about certain colors of car, and when they're like a little bit sparkly in the paint and it's like so shiny, I'm just like, oh, I want that. And you'd be making that. That's super cool.
And the car that I'm getting, if I were to live on my plane, the paint on it is kind of like faded out because the paint on it's original.
Oh.
So I'm gonna get it repainted, but not to its original color. I'm thinking more of a kind of like a matte or something close in between like a gloss and a matte black. But then, you know how you have some cars that have that reflective color in it from the direction you look. I'm gonna have that, but like a red.
Oh, that sounds cool. I love that sort of stuff. I've got so few like little containers of that kind of. They call it, I think, chameleon pigment. At least that's what I got. Where it's like one color from one direction and from another direction, like it just, as you change where you're standing, it's like sort of shimmers into different colors. Yeah. Really cool. Oh, that's actually so if you're saving up for a car, where you are, if this lung surgery happens, is that something you have to pay for? Or is
the plan is that if I manage to get different lungs, is that in December have the car on hold until tax returns come in, and then just get the car there and then.
That's
So that
awesome.
way, you, I have like all this cash from taxes is that I'm able to build on it.
Right. That's good. Yeah. And so there's not going to be any cost at all for the surgery itself. That's all covered.
The surgery, my health insurance is gonna cover that,
Oh, good. Good.
and my health insurance is pockets deep. I got my health insurance is like the pocket of it is huge. It's ginormous.
That's great. You got good health insurance. I'm envious. Well, that's neat.
And when I was born, I was born with like a little gift. Whenever I dream, it's extremely rare, but I get to see like and if I'm lucky enough, 10 seconds of my future.
Oh. Oh, interesting.
And when it happens, well, I pause and I'm like, I dreamed about this. Something's gonna happen, and I'm always cautious about that time because you know it's usually when I dream about the future, like something changes, something happens,
Interesting.
and I'm very cautious.
Mm. I don't generally
It
believe
keeps me
in
on my
that kind of
toes.
stuff at all, but I do know that there are times where your brain is actively just trying to sort of process everything that's happened. And sometimes in looking at what's happening, you can sort of predict the future in a sense. So I don't know how your brain's doing what
Yeah.
it's doing, but if it's really doing that, that's super cool.
Yes.
So what kind of times has that happened? Did it like at all predict that you'd be in this spot where you're in now, or has it been much like smaller, simpler things? Or
Smaller, simpler things, really.
mm, yeah, that makes sense. Oh, neat. So you grew up, you traveled all over the place, and are there other places that you'd like to travel? Is there like an epic road trip you'd want to take with your car?
Oh, I'm thinking possibly. I know to either Florida or Texas because they have some. From what I've heard, they have some cool car meets at those two
Mm,
states, and I would definitely be willing to like drive down to either one of those two states and seeing all the cars and everything else.
yeah, yeah. There's somewhere nearby where I used to live, there was a smaller one, and it was just amazing to see so many weird, cool cars like driving to that place past where I was. It's like a special parade, an unannounced parade of just cars going to an event.
When I lived in Iowa, I lived kind of like somewhere in the city, and they would have car meets
Mm.
like once a year. They have a car meet, and the police would be like blocking off roads, so like all the like custom cars would like go drive through, and yeah, it's very cool.
Is that where you thought that you'd want to get a Thunderbird? Did you see somebody else's, or did you just kind of fall in love with it at the
Mm.
lot when you were looking?
I fell I fell in love with it the moment the owner of the car lot plate, the car
Mm-hmm.
lot started the engine.
The sound of the engine is what did
The
it?
moment the
Ah,
engine, yes.
I see. Hey, that's how I bought my first guitar. The moment I played it, I knew. Sound is a very important thing to humans, actually. So that sort of makes sense.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I, when I was in kindergarten,
Mm-hmm.
I lived I was in Iowa, and my face when I was in kindergarten is on a newspaper.
Oh, really?
Yes.
What did you
And
do?
our I think kindergarten through third grade, we went on a field trip some to a college, and my picture was taken in a garden because
Mm.
they have their own garden, and in that picture, I'm there like holding, I think it was like a fruit, and I wasn't trying to like pick it up. I was just kind of like looking at it, and that's when the guy took the photo of me. And as a matter of fact, my dad has that newspaper locked up.
Aw, that's really sweet.
And and the one time that he brought it out, I took a picture of it on my phone.
I'd love to see that. That sounds so cute.
I'll send it to you for
Yes.
to see.
That's so sweet. It sounds like your dad loves you very much. Saving little
Yes.
just little trinkets and stuff. That's it's really lovely. Not everybody even gets just one parent that loves them as much as that. I'm really happy for you that your dad cares so much.
Uh, as far as me and my dad's relationship goes, sometimes we do go, sometimes we do butt heads, but we really take turns looking after each other. We take turns playing the parent role.
Everybody needs somebody to look after them sometimes. So that's good that you've both got
Yeah.
each other's backs like that. It really is. Is there anything you're worried about? Because you're saying like you've got their back, and you were talking about how you have this friend that you consider a sibling. Is there anything that you worry about, um, or something that you'd want to reassure them of if something does happen, and
Uh,
you aren't making it through the lung transplant or the surgery, or it doesn't happen? Is there stuff that weighs on
one
you?
thing that I want to be sure about is knowing that my adopted sister can, every now and then just check up on my dad to make sure he's doing all right.
Mm.
Because with his condition with his brain and everything else,
Right.
we need. I, they did like I don't know what kind of scan they did on his brain,
Mm-hmm.
but on the left side he's missing a chunk.
Right.
Like, so the so you know what a have you ever experienced like a migraine before?
Yes. Yes, I have.
My dad's migraines, they're so bad.
Oh.
It from what he tells me, it hits 10 times harder, and when it hits, everything on that one side goes numb,
Oh
and he
gosh.
doesn't see through the one eye.
Oh my goodness. Wow, that sounds really terrible. Yeah, that's
And,
concerning.
and
Oh,
that's only when it's like storming.
right.
It's when it's like that.
Oh, interesting. It's like weather related.
Yeah.
So you're kind of just worried about your dad's health.
Right.
What about your friends in VRChat? I know I don't, I mean, I haven't really. The truth is, this is sort of extra weird in a lot of ways because I love you. We've only hung out a couple of times, really. You know, I don't, I'm learning so much about you today. Um,
Did you?
but I was at your after wedding party in VRChat. Are you
Right.
still friends with all of those people? Are you like in a relationship right now or anything like that? How
Um.
has that situation been
As,
for you?
okay. Friend, as far as the people, as far as like friends goes at the wedding, they're some friends.
Hmm.
Uh, Relationship rise, that has changed. That's a bit sudden turn, but we we did broke up, but
Oh,
we're still on good terms.
that's that happens.
Which
Yeah.
which when it comes to me, that it doesn't bother me because I've been through a lot of relationships, so I can handle a breakup.
Mm. Yeah. It's
The
it's
the
never
only
easy,
thing
but it's doesn't have to be the end of the world either.
right, the only thing that I care about when it comes down to ending a relationship and is that depending on how that relationship is, like if the relationship was bad, then no, it's just you don't want to see each other. But if the relationship was good and you have that share amount of laughs and happy moments and stuff, you still want to have that connection. And and even after a breakup, having knowing that that person that you broke up with is still willing to be your friend and that you still want them to be your friend, it
Mm.
makes it a good ending to a relationship, knowing that even though you're no longer together, you still have that connection.
Yeah, yeah. I mean, something a lot of people forget is that dating isn't the end. It's actually like a trial period in a lot of ways. You're learning about the other
Yeah,
person, you're getting to know them when you're both more comfortable around each other, and sometimes it just turns out that you're better as friends. That definitely happens, and it can be hard
exactly.
to get to that spot. Some people get really upset when a relationship ends and that friendship doesn't happen. So I'm really glad that that wasn't the case for you two.
Yeah,
Mm.
and the way I go towards relationship is that we we just say we get together, knowing see is you don't need to know like everything like all at once because it kind of feels like it's like rushing things.
Right.
Just not like don't tell everything at once. Just little by little,
Yeah. Gotta let things happen
little by little.
naturally.
People, yeah.
Yeah.
And if you feel like you guys are gonna continue on with a relationship and you feel like that there's something important that you need to tell them about yourself, take that chance, tell them so they know ahead of time what they're gonna possibly get into.
Camo, can I hug you?
Yeah.
Here you are dealing with like crazy situations, and you're also giving like dating advice. Unstoppable force of kindness. Oh my goodness. Camo. Oh my gosh. No, yeah. Oh my goodness. Oh, we got I just noticed in the corner of my eye I've got some more questiony things.
What?
Somebody
Ooh,
wants
okay.
to they want to draw you some art. Do you like some art? And how would they get it to you? Is there a way they can show it when it's
That'd
done?
that'd actually be really sweet and kind.
Yeah.
If you social media or Discord, my Discord's switch the same as when I'm up here.
You cannot if you're
If y'all can see
if
it.
you're in the Space Cat Command Discord, Camo actually posted in the Vent and Comfort, which is
Yeah.
when I became aware of the situation and panicked. um, but yeah, you
You can
can.
find me there.
Yeah, if Camo's okay with you, it sounds like they're okay with you messaging them through there. Yeah, you could also, if you
Yes.
want to, you can share it anywhere you'd like on the Discord as well. There's an art channel too. If you end up being very proud of it and wanting to show everybody that art, Daniel. um, oh, and there's one other question, but you have to promise that we don't talk about it for a very long time because I kind of have semi strict no religion policy for my stream because I find it to be very polarizing, and it's especially while I'm not watching chat. I don't want too much to happen. But has this situation brought religion into your life? Or were you already religious, or has this completely like brought you away from religion? And that's no pressure. You can also just
really.
pass if that's no. Nah.
It doesn't affect me religiously.
Yeah.
To be honest, religion for me, it's just there. It's just there. Sitting. It's just sitting there.
It's just sitting there. That's
It's just sitting there.
It's like...
Religion's not really an important thing to me because when we talk about religion, you know, people can sometimes take advantage of that.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, I don't see religion as not. I see it as a person. I see you as a human being. And you know, as a human being, if you treat me with kindness, of course, I'm gonna pay back with kindness.
Mm-hmm.
So, the rule of respecting people of how you want to be respected. If you show kindness to that one person, that person's gonna show kindness back.
That's the goal, right? Most people do that too. It's really lovely. Yeah, that's a really good attitude to have in general. It's more of just like a way of living and a perspective, and I think that's really good. I like it. I'm wondering if, because I think maybe I'm just trying to kind of think through the question that was asked, and I think oftentimes when somebody is facing a very hard, like, you know, something really hard that's happening in their life, they look for answers in other places, and there's this fear of death in general in a lot of Western culture, especially, and they will kind of get drawn to and cling to any possible promise of something more. Because they find comfort in it and stuff like that. What do you find comfort in if religion is not your jam? Because it's not my jam either, really. What do you find comfort in?
Comforting. Music is a way of comfort.
Music, yeah.
Hang out with friends, just having somebody to talk to that's always comforting, or or have those moments where you don't need to say anything, and having a friend that looks at you and say, "My friend here needs a hug."
Mm.
I don't. He doesn't need to say anything. I can notice it just by looking at him. He needs a hug.
Oh, that's lovely. Oh, man. Yeah, it's get comfort is such a unique and personal thing for a lot of people, but
Yes.
I think you definitely tapped into some really basic human elements because music taps directly. It like skips all of the like it skips half our brain and goes like right to our emotions, and it can be really comforting in that way. And being surrounded by people
Yeah.
that you care about that care about you is just also super awesome. It really is. It's a very comforting thing.
Knowing and knowing that you have friends or family that really care about you is always it's always comforting to know that you have family friends that so deeply care about you.
Yeah. Keeping such just like a positive outlook on everything going on. It makes me
Exactly.
want to ask a weird question. So if it's not okay, it's fine. But
Yeah,
I'm
go
just gonna
ahead.
ask you weird stuff. Um, um, how have you ever had to deal with like actual depression? Have you ever been depressed?
Yes, I have. I have been through
Oh,
that, and when that has happened, at that time, I didn't had what I needed for comfort,
mm,
and despite being depressed, I tried to move on, and I did.
mm.
I did I did take it a attempt because I was losing it, and since that attempt failed, I just said, you know what? I just hope that things get better, and I try to move on. I did, moved on, and every now and then the past events that caused me to get depressed, so it still comes back it still comes back.
Do you feel like if you kind of get through this crazy like cuz you're sort of staring into the abyss right now. There's this big unknown in front of you. And if you get past this, do you feel like it's going to affect your your depression in a sense or your view of depression because I know so many people who are depressed and like they're barely living a life because they're just clinging on to like just like the tiniest scraps of existence because they're shutting down. Um,
I feel like if I had managed to survive, I feel like that depression will come back as hard as it's been, because in depression, I had depression during my last year of middle school,
mm,
and what caused that depression was a loss of a extremely close friend of mine,
I'm sorry that happened.
and and I was there when he passed away too, which
Oh my gosh.
yeah.
That's
When that
that's
happened, I I told me to pack your things to go move. I was like, and I wanted to stay for a little bit longer so I can go to his funeral. And I couldn't even be there for that.
Oh my gosh. That's such unfortunate timing. And when you're young, that's beyond your control. You don't get a say in when your family moves or anything like that. Oh
Yeah.
gosh.
Um, throughout this year, when April hit, something that just it hit it extremely hard,
Yeah.
and it made my depression worse.
Oh, yeah. That's
Cause,
yeah.
cause me and my extremely close friend, we were in a group. We had a group of friends, and we did just about everything together.
Mhm.
But one day, this was this year. My group of friends, they were planning to take a day and go upstate, go to the zoo. I so deeply, I wanted to go, but
Mhm.
I couldn't because the day that they had picked to go to the zoo, I couldn't go. We talked to you, so I told them, let me know when you get there, when you're on your way back, when you get home.
Yeah.
I got let known about, and when they left, I already knew about that.
Mhm.
When I got let known about when they got there, and I got to know when they left, but I didn't get to know when they got home,
Oh, they didn't.
and
Yeah.
they 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 didn't make it home.
Oh my goodness.
So
You've
the whole my whole group of friends is gone. One got wrecked.
Oh my goodness.
The wreck was so bad they couldn't identify the car.
Oh my.
The car was in three different pieces.
Oh my gosh. Oh, wow. You have experienced so much loss. What? That's. Oh my god. And all of those friends all at once. Oh my goodness. That's it's really difficult. And I think I wonder, do you feel like some of that loss and things like that are one of the reasons why you are so kind and why you try to lift people up?
Yeah.
Yeah. Because I have like a little theory in my head that it seems to be that when people suffer or struggle with something, it tends to come out as being kinder. For some people, obviously, there are some people who are just stinky butts through and through. But for some people, it's
Yeah.
like it's a changing moment, and it's, I don't know. I think it's one of those things where you get to do something positive, and you get to feel that positive through that other person as well, and that can be really healing. It's easy to not think about how hard somebody else's life might be. And it's one of those things that as soon as you're aware of how hard life can be for you, it kind of changes your perspective on everybody else's existence too, maybe. Mm.
Yeah. And those secret parts of people who handle situations like that the wrong way. I when they passed away, I've met those people. I've met them,
Mm.
and the family members of my friends, the only ones when I went to their funeral, the way that we did it, we had all of them at the same time, same place, same day, and I've the only people that weren't secret buts there, the parents and my friend's siblings. But the rest of the family members were not,
Oh.
because what they end up doing is that they end up pointing the finger at me as if I have done something wrong, as if I caused something bad to happen.
Some Sometimes you get so hurt and angry that you need somebody to blame, right? And not
Yeah,
even if you can't consider how what that other person is going through and you're just so stuck inside your own experience. I could see somebody doing that. That's dumb. I'm sorry. Jeez. Ugh.
yeah.
Um,
The and the way we've done the graves is a special way. We basically have like a section, and my best friend's grave is right there. And then my group of friends are like next to his.
oh wow.
Yeah,
That's really sweet.
and that was my idea to have the
That's
grave set up like that.
lovely.
And I it's something that I can't lie about this, but sometimes I have my moments where I do end up forgetting that they're dead, and I do sometimes try to call their numbers, thinking that they will pick up.
Oh, that's that's rough. That's really rough.
Yeah,
The yeah. Yeah. I remember I don't have I on the complete flip side of you. I know this isn't about me, but like I have only one person that I've ever been really close to was and I wasn't even all that close to them because they lived in an entirely different country. But my grandfather, when he died, I remember the first time visiting my grandmother after that and just sort of expecting him to still be there. So I can understand that that there's this yeah, it doesn't feel real that there's this little part of your
yeah,
brain that just doesn't understand. Um, so gosh, you've had all of these very real reasons to feel depressed. That's certainly clear. Like when something really bad happens, being depressed is actually a kind of acceptable response in a way. It makes sense. Um, but now that you're facing what I mean, I weirdly hate half of everything I'm saying in this whole thing because I'm just talking about all this heavy stuff. But here you are, like you might only have like you said the doctors gave you one more week, and then you're going to death. Like that's when the deadline is for needing a lung transplant. Um, and yet you're just in the moment and doing all right. You're going to work. You're for the most part really handling this okay. Do you think that those things, if you do live through this crazy situation, Do you feel like this here, who you are right now, is like you've kind of changed a bit as a person, and that you'll kind of the things that maybe you've taken for granted or anything like that will suddenly kind of be um, in a different light. Someone asked the question sort of similar, saying like, what things did you used to take for granted for that you appreciate now with a new respect? And when you overcome this, how will your life have changed? I think they worded it better than I did.
uh, I I feel like if I were to do a long stretch, I feel like that possibly just maybe like a piece of myself would probably just disappear. I do feel like that because I've already been I've already been broken down to the core.
Yeah.
And with how this year has been, I feel like having a piece of me suddenly disappear could happen.
Yeah. And it suddenly becomes very real. Are there are there things that you've been sort of doing to sort of prepare either yourself or other people for the possibility of you not getting this lung?
A little bit, not really a lot.
Yeah, it's probably, I imagine it's really hard to think about even. You've
Because
been, oh, go ahead. Sorry.
I've what I have done towards in case I scenario that I don't make it, I've already chose my gravestone and the place where I'm going to be buried.
Oh gosh.
I've already written down my will. I picked the songs. That's what I've done so far. Probably as
Wow.
far as I will go towards
Yeah. No,
in
that's
case that does happen.
yeah. No, that's completely understandable. Um hmm. Yeah, that's I mean, it's in some ways if this does end up like if you don't end up getting a lung and this is like you're kind of in this weird you're so young but you're in like your final stage of life in its own way. um it's kind of it's kind of good and bad maybe. I wonder how you feel about this because like would you have preferred to have not been able to prepare like you said you had died 5 times on that operation table. would would you prefer to have no warning at all, or is this kind of chance to accept everything and make peace with everything? Are you glad that you have that, if that is what's happening, which hopefully is not?
Taking it as a chance to accept and just make peace with everything.
Mm. Do you feel like you have any wisdom to share because of all of this? Like, is there something you would like want other people to learn from you?
Yeah. Yes.
Yeah.
despite if you're ever sad or depressed, just because you feel that way, and you have the right to. Sometimes what it takes is for you to show that you're so happy that happy light is so shiny, even if it's just a little bit. And it might not shine as bright as it used to, but sometimes shining that small light to others can help make it brighter, to restore to what that light used to be. And from that, you gain confidence, you become stronger.
Yeah. I think kindness makes people stronger too. I personally see it as like a superpower. So in a way, you're a bit of a superhero. I try to be a superhero too. Um, there is a um, there's a message. One of my mods has been helping me passing a lot of the questions on and everything, and they have a question and then they just want to say another thing. They said, how does knowing that there is this community of people supporting you and loving you, how does it affect you in these times? Does it help knowing that the eyes of all these people, I can't read, that in the eyes of all these people, your kindness and life will linger for years, even after your potential passing? And then they also said, love you, Camo. Stay strong, my friend. Good things come to good people.
It it makes me feel good knowing that even if I do pass on, is that restoring my kindness despite everything that's going on is gonna pass on to others. Because whether I pass on or not, knowing that my kindness is spreading and it's sticking to others, and the others are using that, it makes me feel happy knowing that I'm able to change
Making a difference.
to how those people feel.
Yeah. Yeah, it's my favorite part of streaming personally is being able to give people kindness. I love that that's part of part of you too at your core. I think that's one of the reasons why I instantly was like, "Yay, my friend Camo, they're so nice." Also why I'm just like still struggling with the idea that this whole thing is going on for you.
Yeah.
So, I mean, we've been talking now for almost 2 hours.
2 hours?
I
Wow.
don't. That's what it looks like. Hold on, what time is it? I can't really see.
2 hours.
Yeah, oh, it's been an hour and 45 minutes. Um, so I don't want to, like, honestly, I will sit here and I will talk with you till 2 a.m. There is no deadline on this. I just also like your time. Everybody's time is precious. I say this often. I always say time is the one thing you can't get back. And I always appreciate people sharing their moments with me. And I especially appreciate you sharing your moments here with me all of this time, giving it to me and to everybody who's watching. Um, and I don't want to take up more of it unless you want to. So if you have people you wanted to see or things you wanted to do, um, definitely, you know, don't feel trapped
No,
here.
I, I can answer a few more questions.
Hydrate first. Do you have something to drink, Camo?
Yes,
Hydrate.
I do.
Mm.
Yes.
Good VR etiquette.
Mm.
Drink something. Get some water.
Sip time, boys. Sip time.
Yeah.
Go ahead and take a drink or something.
That's right. Hydrate. Um, so is there is there something else that you want to get off your chest. Like, this is an opportunity. In a way, you're like super anonymous in a sense, you know? You can share whatever you want here. You can keep anything to yourself. If there's anything either that you know, my personal thing that I want to point at everyone and say is look at your driver's license and make sure the organ donor is tagged. Check off that box. It is one of the most wonderful and kind things you can do. Do it.
Yes. Yes.
it's
Do it.
if everybody marked off that box, Camo would already have a lung. I'm almost positive. So few people actually mark off that they'll be an organ donor. For the first like couple of years of me having a license, I didn't have it checked off, and then I thought about it and I did, because I realized that it's just my body. I'm not using it anymore. Let somebody else have it. It's a stupid bag of flesh. Take it, you know? Your last final good deed can be saving more than one person's life, too, even.
Well, what I think happens is that if you're an organ donor, when you pass away, and your organs that are so good and usable, they would use that and donate it to people who need it.
Yeah. There's not many opportunities for just the everyday person to save a life or two or three. But
yes.
But with donating, the organ donating, I can words. It's not even a word.
I've actually, even by donating blood, do you also save lives?
That is very true.
I've donated blood before, and I myself saved 6 people from donating blood.
Oh wow! I didn't know that they let you know that if that happened. That's really neat.
Yes. But due to like my situations, I haven't been able to donate blood, and I probably won't be able to donate blood because of my weight.
Pick a day, Camo, and we'll do a blood drive for you. I'm serious. I'll encourage everybody to go donate blood on whatever day you pick of the year. I will mark it down on my Google Calendar in perpetuity for all ever.
December 15th.
December 15th. All right. Mods, mark that down for me. December 15th. I love it. You got it. Oh, before Snowman leaves, they wanted to know, will you keep the community posted? They all want to know good news or bad. You can update them inside the Vent and Comfort channel if you're comfortable with that, or you can ask me and I'll say something.
I'll try my best to remember to keep you guys updated.
You probably have a lot of. I see you as a very social person. You probably have a lot of people to stay in contact with. I probably won't let Camo forget. I'll probably be poking them every couple of days, just being like, hey, how are you? Oh my goodness. Yeah, man, how weird. I wouldn't even know that this was going on with you if I hadn't randomly come to that VRChat world and played music for somebody's birthday.
I still remember who birthday it was.
You remember?
Yes, it was and I still friends with them. The name was Kuswat. It was their birthday.
Oh, I completely I'm so bad with names. I had been invited by somebody else, and it turned out it was somebody's birthday party, and so it's like, I'll play music if you want. Oh my god.
And I'm surprised that I remember because my memory's garbage. I don't have good memory.
Me neither.
So being able to remember certain things, it surprises me.
There must be
And
important things to remember.
I know. I've done hit this noggin so many times.
Oh no. So, one last thing. You can. There's more if you want there to be more, but I think.
That's fine. That's fine. You know, you guys have more questions. Not them rip.
Well, so, for me, I have found that there's more than kind of there's more than one death that happens when you lose someone, whether it's a human or an animal. Even this happens where first you lose the person, and then you slowly lose recollections of them. You forget what their voice sounds like. You forget the things that their little quirks, little things like that. What are some little things about you that seem really insignificant, but could mean the world to someone? Can you think of any? Inside jokes or yeah, seriously. Like, are there those little things that you shared with people are the things that are precious, and we get to hear your voice now, and we got to hear your laugh a few times. Which is nice.
Those, I guess, those times of just having the good memories.
Mm-hmm.
When you remember something you know you won't ever forget. Stuff like that won't make you forget about that person. Because when you have that golden moment, that sticks solid. It just sticks there. It sticks in your mind. And whether you visit the spot that it happened, or maybe you're at home, you remember that event, that golden event. Whether someone mentions something related to that golden event that they did, you remember the time when you and your friends did. Or you and your parents did.
Yeah.
And then just say, for example, like somebody mentions something about a building or like a cool trick. Then you have that golden moment about that time that, hey, I've done this trick before, and the way that we've done it made it better. So you share that golden moment that you had with them, and you tell that person, I've done that before, but just know there's a cooler way of doing it. And when they ask you, really? And depending on what it is, either gonna ask you to tell them or can you show them. Now telling them, it will make it a moment, but showing them might make another golden moment. Because you use that golden moment and you created another one. Because you were able to use that golden moment to show someone how it was done.
Yeah, I guess that doesn't answer my question at all, but it was really interesting. I love you took what I asked and then you just went over there with it. But it was really interesting. It's very thoughtful as well. Yeah. No, it's good. Those golden moments are good moments to learn for sure. But like, what color are your eyes? Like in real life, what color are your eyes?
Ooh. If I had to describe it, the closest that I've gotten to my eye color that I've guessed so far was kind of like a mixture of a gray, a blue, and a green.
Mm.
Most of it being gray, and then like the rest of it being a blue
Yeah.
and a green.
Yeah. Well, that sounds like a nice eye color. It's sort of similar.
The amount of times
uh,
I've had uh, eye doctors tell me that I've had beautiful eyes.
well, it's always nice. You must feel very proud of your eyeballs. Then I know when I take my cats to the vet and they say my cats are pretty, I'm like, no, I didn't do anything, but they're great. Woohoo! I have no control over this. But yay, praise. uh, um, do you have a favorite color, or a favorite movie, a favorite song?
Okay.
Well, give us some little tidbits of who you are, and distill down into like questions you ask on a like a dating site. I just realized, but it's fine.
um, favorite colors. I have like three top favorite colors: red, black, and purple. Main three. As far as favorite music, it's for me. It's kind of hard to decide because I like my music taste is literally a little bit of everything. So it's hard for me to pick from favorites, knowing that
So far, we're twins.
liking a little bit of everything.
That's how I have sort of three favorite colors, and I like everything. All right. Okay. So that's the completely acceptable answers.
Yes.
Oh man. Yeah. So I don't want to make you answer silly questions like that. I was just trying to see if maybe it would spiral into some interesting insights into who you are as a person. Is there anything more about who you are that you want the world to see? My small pocket of access to the world, at least.
As far as my creativity goes, um, there are times where I could be very creative when it comes on to drawing.
Mm.
So if I were to draw something, I just random lines, I just put them together, and then by the time I get that vision, I'm like, okay, I know what I can make from this.
Mm.
And I draw out, I color it. It's great. It comes out as I want it to. And I get that aside from my dad, because my dad, he's an artist.
Oh.
He loves to draw. And before he had his accident, his drawing was extremely good. He would draw comics, a few things IRL, and then some like some figures, some like human figures too.
Oh.
So like game characters and stuff like that.
Like sculpting, you mean? Like he would make sculptures? Or
No, you
drawing?
draw.
Just drawing. Oh, very cool.
Yeah, drawing, yeah.
Yeah.
I remember one time in middle school, my dad drew his own version of the American flag, which looked extremely good. It had the original red, white, and blue like the regular flag, except what he added to it was the eagle, the bald eagle to it.
Oh.
And I told my art teacher about the drawing, and she says, "You know what? That sounds good, cool, and good. I want you to ask your father if you can take it to class, so that way when when we have the pleasure of allegiance, we can, instead of looking at the regular flag, we can pull out the flag that your dad
Oh,
drew."
that's very sweet of your teacher. Oh my gosh.
And
Did you do that? Did you pledge allegiance to your father's drawing of a flag? Yeah.
yes, we did that. Yes, and when my art teacher, saw that drawing, she her face could says everything. Because when she saw it, she didn't say a word. She was just shocked, like, "Oh my god!" Like, I could read that face, and I'd be like, "Yep, she's impressed. She's extremely impressed."
Oh, that's awesome. Hmm. I love that. That's a great story. Do you? All right. So I don't know if you want me to or not, but I was gonna offer to send this video to whoever you'd like, at a later date or whenever, or like whatever you'd want if you wanted. And I can edit out the me asking you part of this if you want to. But do you have any stories or memories that you want to share of people? Like, because, everybody has, you've had all these experiences with people, and sometimes when somebody is sad, or maybe just even looking back on it in a happy way, um, it can be really meaningful to know that something that you did together with these other people uh, stayed with you, you know? If there isn't anything like that, I know that's on the spot tough.
Nothing, nothing's coming up in my head.
Yeah.
I can't really think of anything.
That's fine.
It's-
you, you've shared some lovely stories about your father, though. I'm really glad that you've had such good times with them. That's really awesome.
Yes.
Okay, let's see. How about one last thing from me, and then if there's anything else that you want to share, this is a good time. I don't want to keep you too long. It's crazy how long we've been talking. Oh my god.
Oh no.
But is there any message that you would want to be immortalized onto the internet through this video? If there was one thing that you could do to help change the world, or something that you feel like is just an invaluable piece of knowledge, what would you want to immortalize, so to speak?
If can I? I do. I just gotta figure out how I'm gonna word it.
You
I'm
take
trying to
your time.
word it out.
No pressure. I just realized I was staring at you intently. I'll do a little dance instead to alleviate the pressure. Jazz hands.
Despite everybody's going through something. So some people are good at hiding it. Some people are not. For people that aren't hiding it, I'm sure you are out there getting the help that you need. And for the people that are hiding it. You are strong. Because you're saying happy, and you don't want others to worry about you. You're thinking that you can take care of yourself. I've tried that before. I almost ended up in a situation that could have killed me. So, don't always rely on yourself to get out of situations. Because sometimes you don't need just yourself. Sometimes you need somebody else. It could be one person. It could be 10 different people.
Yeah.
So don't always rely on yourself for help. Don't be afraid to ask for help. Don't be afraid to go to therapy either.
Yeah.
If somebody, is telling you to go to therapy or is offering you therapy, you do it.
Yeah.
Because
Yeah.
they won't listen.
Like Camo just said, you are strong and you're holding on and you're doing all right now. But it takes a lot of strength to actually step out of your
fully
space and be vulnerable to a
on your
therapist
own.
or someone else. You don't need
Yes.
Yeah. You don't have to do it alone.
Don't listen to the voices in your head. Sometimes they're right, sometimes they're wrong.
Yeah. That's true. Everybody's a bit of an unreliable narrator every once in a while. You gotta keep an eye on it. Yeah.
You know what? If you're sad, you see something funny. You know what? Have a laugh. Go over there, have a laugh. Try to match that energy. Just vibe. And that's what I do. I like to vibe with my surroundings. If I know I can vibe with my surroundings, I do it. And if I'm not sure if I can, I take an attempt. I try to vibe.
Wise words. I point at people and tell them to go to therapy often. Like, just go! Do it!
You know
Do
who
it!
you are. Go to therapy.
Go to therapy. Do it.
Therapy. Do it.
The worst thing that can happen is you try it and it doesn't make a big difference. But that probably isn't what's going to happen. So do it.
And, every obstacle, every wall, it doesn't matter what's in front of you. Think of it as a challenge that the Lord above has given you. And what they want, and the Lord above wants you to do, is to overcome it. By either taking it down, going straight through it, or going over it.
Wait. I thought you didn't believe in God. You said earlier that religion was something on a shelf.
Yeah. So, for my dad's sake. Because he's a religious person. So I said for his sake, yes.
Oh, I see. I love that. That works. Yeah, there's nothing wrong with talking in terms of religion, even if you don't believe. Definitely, yeah. That makes a lot of sense. Yeah. Life throws all kinds of weird obstacles at everybody, and you gotta get good at jumping and ducking.
They are. They keep you on your toes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
And it's always nice to have someone that keeps you on your toes. My uncle keeps me on my toes.
Oh, how?
24/7. He does.
What does he do?
He he's unpredictable, really.
Oh, bit of a wild
He's
card.
unpredictable. he listen. He is every wild card in the Uno deck. In every Uno deck, he's a wild card.
Oh man, sounds good. It's good to have fun people in your life.
Yes.
Unpredictability, while it can also be very stressful, can be good, and it's nice to have changes every once in a while, for sure.
So hey, sometimes you have to make that adjustment.
Mhm. That's true. Very true. Um, yeah.
Anything else?
I'm bad at interviewing. Na-na! um, I guess the only other thing I can think of is after putting you through this long interview and stuff, where are your emotions at right now? How are you feeling? And is there anything I can do to make you feel better? I can't tell if you like upset during parts of this.
I'm calm.
Mm.
I'm calm at the moment. I'm calm. So when I told her about my best friend, my friends, that it had me feeling down, but when we got started talking about other things, the questions and everything else, I was calm. But we're going back up.
That's good.
It's always a good thing to distract yourself from being sad. And this is what when I told my friends this whenever they're feeling sad, just stay calm, find something that will distract you, and use that distraction, and it will make you feel better.
And inside of all of it, it is really important to process your sadness and your grief. You can't just completely run away from it, but sometimes when something first happens, or if it's a really strong emotion, it's important to kind of wait for it to not be quite so intense before you try to look at it or deal with it too.
Right.
Sorry if we brought up some darker things. This is a very real talk kind of situation.
Serious
Oh
talk.
my god. This is literally, I don't think I've had a longer conversation with anyone in VRChat in like 3 years. At all. This is the longest we've talked. I've learned so much about you. And I'm so glad that you liked this idea as a thing. I hope you still like it. But I don't know.
I do.
Well, I didn't know what you were expecting. I didn't know what to expect myself. I just was like, let's do this and let's just talk. And I'll ask whatever questions I have. And hopefully now, if there's anything else that you wanted to talk about, this is definitely the time. If there's anything you want to say, thoughts you have, random things you want to be remembered. Not that this is necessarily, I mean, how cool would it be for us to hang out together next year and watch this? I want to do that. That's what I'd like.
Yeah.
Hang out next year and watch this and go, wow.
Hey,
Ha!
wow.
But yeah. You have parting thoughts or words or anything else that's weighing on your soul to say?
Don't drive an electric car.
Don't drive electric cars.
Don't. Never, because electric cars, electric cars are quiet, and when you're behind a wheel of a car, I feel like the car has to speak. It has to speak something, because when you're in a gas-powered car, instead of turning the car it will talk to you. It will make a noise. Electric car, on the other hand, you don't hear nothing. No noise. You just see it. You just have to. You will end up seeing it, but you won't hear it. Like maybe
Did
one day,
Was the car that hit you an electric car? Or is this just this random car fact that you're giving us? Like,
it's random car fact.
okay, all right, okay. I just wanted to clarify. Yeah. I thought that didn't they make it so that electric cars have like a speaker in them that makes noise, but so that they don't drive quietly? Or or maybe that was just like one model of it
I
early on or something. I don't know. Because it sounds like it would be dangerous to not be able to have that audio.
most likely on a different car, because hey, we seen how quiet Teslas are, and then with them being battery powered, I don't know, one could catch on fire, one could explode.
Yeah. I mean, I've definitely seen people explode lithium batteries in their own phones. I'm sure
Yes.
it's bound to happen eventually. This it's a
Cars are the
numbers
same way.
game.
It's a numbers game. Too much juice.
Mm-hmm.
Because when you have an electric car, it's so pumping gas in the car, you're pumping in electricity.
Mm-hmm.
And you got some people who charge their cars overnight. So what happens when you overcharge your car? What happens then? Does the battery underneath the car expand like a balloon? or,
Oh
or
my.
or does it not have as much juice as when you drove out a lot?
My understanding from like cell phone technology is that there's like it recognizes when it's fully charged and it won't charge anymore. But I could imagine if something broke inside of there that because there's a system in place to stop it. So if something broke, then yeah, suddenly your car turns into a balloon. That's no good. Don't want that.
Oh, absolutely not.
Oh.
But if you, I mean, think about it. If we end up moving straight to electric vehicles, think about how many mechanical jobs would be lost. Because that's a lot of unemployment. That's a lot of people who are gonna be unemployed.
The self-driving
Because it won't
aspect
be.
of car technology is worse. I will put that out to you.
Oh my
But
god.
I love
Yes.
Camo. I love that. I'm like, do you have anything weighing on your soul? And you're like, electric cars.
A car person.
It's coming through for sure.
I'm
It
into
shows.
cars. I don't like electric vehicles. Nah.
Oh, it has been reported to me that you are a gem of a person. Boop.
Whoever said that, thank you. I think of you.
um, Do you have anything you want to do? Why don't you end the video? However you want, whatever you want to say, however you want to say it. Why don't you end? If you're ready, we could keep talking if there's more things you want to say. I just also feel like I've reached the point where I'm keeping you.
Yeah. I can't really think of anything else to talk about.
That's sort of what happens when you talk
Unless-
for 2 hours.
Yeah.
We've talked about everything there is in the world. Oh, bearded snowman might have a question. They just yelled the question in my little message
Go for
spot,
it.
just in all caps.
What is it?
Question.
What is it?
Oh, ooh. This is just a very normal everyday life thing. Do you have a favorite um TV show or an anime, or maybe perhaps a few that you would recommend? Um, have you? Yeah.
TV surprisingly for my age, my favorite TV shows, the Golden Girls, Magnum Pie.
Magnum PI. Yeah.
Mm,
Okay. Uh-huh.
Chips.
Don't even know what that is.
Chips. It's I think California Highway Patrol.
Oh, okay.
And Night Riders.
Knight Rider. That's the cool card that talks to you. That checks out. That makes sense.
I,
Oh.
just from listening to those 5 TV shows, I've had older generations ask me, how do you know about them shows?
Yeah, I was gonna ask you that. Who introduced
Or
them to you?
my dad.
Yeah.
We don't have cable. We have an antenna, which is better, and it's you only have to pay for it once. And we had like a channel that would play old TV shows.
Awesome.
And at that time, I wasn't into those shows. I used to watch shows like Shark Tank and Pimp My Ride, stuff like that.
Yeah.
When I started watching it, I was like, wow. I started to like it. I started to watch more of it, and
Yeah.
I grew attached to it.
Yeah.
As far as favorite animes go, I'm gonna start off with like what got me into watching anime. Assassination Classroom, if you've ever seen that, it's good. And I think it's Seth of the End. I think that was the name. Seth of the End. Basically, the anime is about there's like some kind of poisonous gas that hits on a global scale, and it takes out 90% of the human population around the world. And there are vampires, and then there are monsters that are called the horse something. And then, of course, you get the humans. And then you have some. And then you have like another group that are protecting the humans, but they're in the army, and then have like enhanced strength, speed, and curse. Some of them have regular weapons. Others have higher ups have curse weapons, and basically the vamps have some humans captured, and they offer protection in exchange for blood.
Oh, interesting. So there's some sort of trading and bartering happening, deal making with that.
Yes.
Is it an action
And of course,
anime? Or
yes,
just
it is.
checking.
It's indeed action. Yes. Think. Another one would be One Punch Man.
Oh, I know that one
Oh.
for sure.
Yeah, I'm waiting for season 3. Season 3 is gonna.
Oh, season 3.
That's season 3. That's gonna be good.
That's really cool. I can't wait. Yeah, good stuff. Very cool. Oh my gosh, more questions.
More
Everybody wants to
questions?
know
Oh my
everything
goodness.
about you, Camo. Everything. Now they want to
My
know what you eat.
goodness.
What are you made
What I
of,
eat?
Camo? What is like if
Yeah.
you were if you know you were made of what you eat? What are you made of?
Oh god. I am made out of the same material as you guys are made out of.
Cheetos?
Cheeto. My as far as food goes, when I was younger, I used to be I was a very picky eater, but now that I'm older, I've grown to eating a lot of things.
What's sort of your
I eat,
favorite?
of course, pizza. Pizza's my number one favorite.
Pizza's a good go-to. Yeah.
Pizza, spaghetti. Can't go wrong with spaghetti. Watermelon,
Oh.
and I think teriyaki chicken noodles.
Ooh, teriyaki. Yum. Yeah.
Yes.
A little Italian, a little watermelon. I don't know what American is. It's watermelon American. Where do watermelons come from? I don't even know.
I guess.
Are they an American fruit?
I
I've learned that I
think
don't
so.
know.
Someone in chat looked that up.
Yeah, where did watermelons come from?
Somebody looked that up.
We need
Yes.
to know. Okay.
Location.
And what is your favorite topping on a pizza, or a general type of pizza?
General.
Because like I
Pepperoni.
really
Classic pepperoni.
classic pepper. Ah, you're a pepperoni
Oh,
boy.
yes.
Yeah, I know a handful of pepperoni boys.
And pepperoni's my main topping.
Mm.
Usually, what I do, I order a pizza, half pepperoni, and then I do the other half pepperoni and green bell peppers.
Ooh, that is a good combo. If I'm making pizza at home, green bell peppers, onions, and pepperoni is my trifecta.
And hey, you can't go wrong with stuffed crust.
Ooh, we're stuffing the crust over here. Fancy boy. Getting those fancy pizzas. Oh, watermelon comes from Africa.
Africa.
Huh. Northern Africa. That's
Yeah.
cool. I didn't know that.
That's interesting.
Now we just learned it.
I've also, yes, I think I've tried a soda from France. What it is, it was a Fanta. It was a fruit, and then it was mixed with a dragon fruit.
Oh.
It's from France. I tried it once. It's so good. It was so good. Like it's so good. I was like, I need more. I need
How
more from France.
how many years ago did you taste it?
Not like years ago. Maybe like 8 months ago
8 months
when I
ago.
tried it.
All right, and it's still with you.
When I first tried it, it was 8 months ago.
Pops into your memory.
Yes.
Oh.
I'm gonna be honest. I have a tab. I have like a tab open on my phone, and I can just click on the tab like, yeah, I want this drink. That's what I'm saying. I leave that tab open. I leave it open.
That's cute. I love it. Wow, we've learned about foods, we've learned deep thoughts, we've learned not to trust electric vehicles! Or at least do your research beforehand. Do your research. Don't ever trust just one source. But don't trust everything everybody says on and did you eat your pizza? Anything else you want to talk about?
I- Everybody has their own different tastes for comedy.
Yeah.
For some reason, I have no idea why, but my taste in comedy, I like dark humor. I don't know why. I like it because the way that you can use dark humor is that it might sound offensive to like some people might find it offensive, but then you have to come to realize that hey, I'm only joking around. And having like a group of people who have dark humor and then having like different race, religion, all of that come together and have telling each other dark humor, it kind of shows that even though we're saying this about each other, but we're doing it, it comes to realization that we're only joking around. We're making fun of each other because it doesn't matter what race, what religion, where you're from. It doesn't matter. There's always something funny about each other.
It's true.
Always.
Yeah. When you really know people is when you can really start to kind of do that. It's one of those things where certain jokes are not appropriate to tell to strangers, even though it's just there's some social awareness to have so that people don't get really upset. Social awareness. Oh, we got another question. It's a follow up on the pizza.
Okay.
Pineapple? Or is pineapple evil?
Pineapple's evil. It's evil.
Oh no. No pineapple. That's good to know. We're learning the important things. Camo, thank you for doing this. Thank you for sharing you with me and everybody else. It means a lot.
Thank you for having me here. Thank you.
It was the only thing I could think of doing. Although now I realize I could have just asked you and sent you some soda. Jeez. Yeah. Do you like to end? Would you like to say goodbye? I don't know if you have any if you want to have the closing words. I don't really know what those even are. But...
It's not. Yeah, yeah. This is Spork and Camo. We're signing off. Catch you next time.
Yeah.
Laters.
Later.
Laters. Yeah.
Later. Thank you for watching, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Thank you, Camo, for doing the interview. I have to. Let me. Oh God. Oh, how am I? I have locked my emote face things, and I'm still making shocked faces sometimes. I don't know. I don't know. VRChat. Okay. Let me.
Just love.
Oh yeah. Oh right. Actually, I have. I can put emotes. Here.
Take stack.
Oh, what's the wrong one? Oh God, sorry, internet. Hit the wrong one. Oh no. There. All right. I'm gonna end the stream. Also, mods, thank you so much for taking that extra time and really making me feel secure in the fact that I couldn't even see chat while this was all going on. So thank you so much, all of you, and everyone for being here. And on this completely weird, out of the blue, different sort of stream, I will probably be like checking through everything that happened while I couldn't see, just because that's how my brain is. I need to know what everybody was saying.
Yes.
Thank you, seriously. I'm gonna close the stream now. Thank you. Much love to all of you. Oh.
People.